What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, JadedSwanton. I'm Jaded J, and today we're diving into the top 10 underrated wrestlers of the Ruthless Aggression Era. These guys may have been underrated, but they were never underappreciated. Before we jump in, most of you watching are not subscribed, so hit that button and let me earn the like as you watch this video. Let's dive in. Kicking off this list is number 10, Goldust. Goldust in the Ruthless Aggression Era was wild, man. Teaming up with Booker T gave us some of the funniest, most entertaining segments on Raw, and their chemistry was off the charts. The antics, the weird promos, the skits, all of it was classic. But don't let that fool you, because in the ring he was still incredible. Goldust could work with anyone, make every program feel legit, and always knew how to bring the crowd in. WWE leaned heavy into his comedy side, but when he got serious, you saw how good he really was. Smooth, smart, and always able to elevate whoever he faced, Goldust was one of those guys that held the midcard together in that era while still being unforgettable. 9. Paul London. Paul London was straight up electric in the ring. Fast, fearless, and crazy high-flying, the guy made every cruiserweight match feel like a main event. Tag teaming with Brian Kendrick? Pure gold. They stole shows nobody expected to care about, flipping off ladders, springboarding off ropes, and hitting spots that made the crowd lose it. But the thing is, WWE never really gave him the push he deserved. You could watch him and think, this dude could be a star anywhere. He had that perfect mix of risk-taking and technical skill that made every match feel exciting, and honestly, he was one of the most underrated guys of the era. 8. Carlito. Carlito had that cocky, I don't care heel energy that made you love to hate him. Debuting by spitting in Cena's face and walking out US champion, iconic. He had the charisma, the look, and the in-ring talent to be a top star, but WWE never fully leaned into him. Every promo, every interaction, he oozed confidence and made you actually pay attention. And in the ring, smooth, calculated, and willing to take risks that made his matches feel different from everyone else. Carlito could make a boring mid-card match feel electric, and you always got the sense he was ready for bigger stages, just needed WWE to notice. Next up, one of the UK's greatest 7, William Regal. Man, Regal was straight up a technical wizard. Smooth as hell, could make anyone look amazing in the ring, whether it was a rookie learning the ropes or a seasoned vet trying to put on a show. The problem? WWE kept throwing him into authority roles or comedy spots instead of letting him go for real title runs. But when Regal got serious, every hold, every subtle move, every little transition screamed, masterclass. The dude made wrestling look effortless. He could make a mid-card match feel like it mattered, even when the main event was stealing all the attention. People slept on him back then, but anyone paying attention knew how good he was. Timing, knowledge, in-ring IQ, and just elevating everyone he worked with. Regal was straight up essential to that era, and you couldn't take your eyes off him when he was doing his thing. 6. John Morrison, Johnny Nitro. High flyer, flashy, and innovative. Part of MNM and later ECW champion, Morrison had the tools to be a main event star, but spent most of his Ruthless Aggression era in the mid-card. He could pull off moves that looked impossible, blending style, speed, and creativity. Morrison had charisma and a cool factor that made him instantly likable, and his athletic ability was off the charts. He could make any opponent look like a superstar, which is a skill not every wrestler has. Even though WWE didn't push him to the top, fans always remembered his matches. 5. Shelton Benjamin, an absolute athletic freak. His matches with Shawn Michaels, his US title runs, and his MITB moments proved he had world title caliber talent. WWE just never gave him the shot he deserved. Benjamin combined power, speed, and technical skill in a way very few wrestlers could. His agility made high spots look effortless, and his ring psychology made his matches feel real. You always knew you were watching someone special when Shelton was in the ring, yet mainstream recognition never quite caught up. He was a wrestler's wrestler, respected by peers, admired by fans, but still underrated. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out and lets me keep bringing you these deep dives into wrestling history. 4. MVP. MVP was everything you want in a mid-card star who should have been top tier. Smooth, cocky, confident, and a legit US champion, he could steal any show with just his presence. His feud with Chris Benoit showed how versatile he was. He could wrestle, tell a story, and make you hate or cheer him in the same match. Every match MVP worked had meaning, and he carried himself like a main eventer even when WWE didn't push him that high. He had charisma that popped on the mic and athleticism that made you pay attention in the ring, but somehow he still flew under the radar. Watching him wrestle, you felt like you were seeing someone who could have been a top star if he'd gotten the right push. And that's why he's underrated in the Ruthless Aggression Era. 3. Christian. After splitting from Edge, Christian proved he could totally run on his own, and man, he showed he could hang with anyone. Smooth on the mic, killer in the ring, and always ready for main event level programs, but WWE kept him just below the top tier. The dude could tell a story in every match, sell every move, and make you care about the outcome, no matter the stakes. Ladder matches? Tag matches? He crushed them all. And his peeps, they knew. They stuck with him through every twist and turn, cheering him on, loving his guts, and showing him the respect he always earned. Christian might not have gotten all the credit he deserved from WWE, but his fans have never forgotten, and that's what really counts. 2. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy was hot in 2005-07, and for good reason. Big personality, sharp as hell on the mic, and the guy could wrestle. US title reigns, killer feuds, and the ability to make mid-card matches feel like main events. Injuries and backstage politics totally held him back, but when he was in the ring, you could feel the energy. He had that mix of confidence, intensity, and athleticism that just screamed, future main eventer. Every promo, every entrance, every move he made had impact. And even years later, fans remember what could have been. Kennedy was bold, magnetic, and way ahead of his time, which makes his underrated status insane when you think about it. Before we hit number 1, I gotta give a quick shout out to Tajiri, the Japanese buzzsaw. This dude might not have cracked the list, but man, he was unforgettable in the Ruthless Aggression Era. His kicks were straight up brutal, like everyone sounded like it could cave your chest in. The green mist, the handspring elbow, the wild offense. Tajiri always brought something different to the table. Whether he was scrapping it out in the cruiserweight division, teaming with Eddie Guerrero, or mixing it up in tag matches, Tajiri made everything he touched fun to watch. He may not have had the big push, but if you were around back then, you remember just how unique he was. 1. Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy in the Ruthless Aggression Era was a straight-up workhorse. This was the era where he proved he wasn't just Jeff's brother. He could carry storylines, hold championships, and make everything he touched feel important. The V1 character was creative as hell, cocky, and ahead of its time, and then you mix that with his insane ladder and tag team history, plus those brutal feuds with guys like Edge, and you see why he stood out. Matt didn't need to rely on flash. He was tough, he was smart, and he could make a mid-card feud feel just as important as the main event. He put his body on the line every single night, told stories that connected, and always gave fans a reason to care. Matt Hardy was underrated because WWE never fully pulled the trigger on him, but anybody who watched back then knows the guy was legit, and the Ruthless Aggression Era wouldn't have been the same without him. And that's my list of the top 10 underrated wrestlers of the Ruthless Aggression Era. What do you think? Did I nail it, or did I leave somebody off that deserves a spot? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I want to hear your picks. If you had fun hanging out, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and keep rocking with me here on JadedSwanton, where the underrated always get their shine. I'm Jaded J, and I'll catch you next time.